So Asian Americans wanted to dismantle affirmative action because they feel like it discriminated against them. Yet Keke Palmer thought that it would be wise to make a series centered around an Asian woman going to a HBCU.
This ain't it.
Yes, my family's black. And yes, I've always been hard to miss.
This is Coco. Don't forget who you are. Coco, that girl Jackson.
For a lot of people, this is hard to understand, but Black culture is the only culture I know.
In 2025, the Black community is under attack, facing more overt racism than we've seen in generations. Black erasure is in full effect.
591 Black books banned in 2025. Entire museum exhibits on Black migration and diaspora shut down.
And HBCUs have literally been threatened with violence. So the last thing anyone would expect to see being created and promoted by a creative team of all Black HBCU grads is a show centered around an Asian girl who is adopted by a Black family and grows into the embodiment of Aquafina, who is an Asian woman who got famous for acting, talking, and dressing like Black people.
Where she's like coming at me and like thinking I'm gonna swerve like a chicken.
But you can't swerve.
I'm not gonna swerve, not for her.
You gonna roll up to that way and you gonna be like, back, bitch. Back, bitch.
So this show, which is supposedly meant to highlight the HBCU experience, kind of like this generation's different world.
I hear you, hold up. 911 emergency. Reconnect the community. I struggle. Cannot be waged without African-American unity.
It's centered around a cultural appropriating Asian girl, where all the other Black people on the show are supporting characters, literally there to support her, be her cheerleaders, and make her feel welcome, or to shame any other Black person that doesn't fully accept her at their HBCU. No joke, her Black roommate who calls her out for being a culture vulture is the villain of the show, at least through the first few episodes. And how can you get more tone deaf than that? Making Black women on an HBCU show the villains of the show at a time when Black women are losing representation throughout the film and TV industries. And as we as Black people are facing the highest levels of unemployment since the pandemic, with Black women losing over 300,000 jobs since Trump took office. But nah, we gotta support Aquafina 2.0 or we're the bad guys.
Okay.
I'm Jew, welcome to the channel. Please like and share the video. Don't forget to sub. Now, let's get into it.
I know I got some explaining to do. I got it. Let's start with the elephant in the room. Yes, I'm Asian. Yes, my family's Black. And yes, I've always been hard to miss.
This is Coco.
College is what you make it. Once you immerse yourself in the opportunities here, I'm sure that you will find W has so much to offer.
I mean, too hoe or not too hoe, like.
Don't forget who you are. Coco, that girl Jackson.
For a lot of people, this is hard to understand, but Black culture is the only culture I know.
Okay.
Tiger, pride, W, you know.
Keke Palmer, who is the executive producer of the show, dropped the announcement and the trailer. Now, y'all know I love a good story with some heart, a little humor, and a lot of mess. Introducing Key TV Network Southern Fried Rice, a new coming-of-age dramedy set in a fictional HBCU. And this trailer got over 13 million views, but it went viral for all the wrong reasons. People immediately start pushing back on the show. All these Black actresses struggling to get lead roles as other studios slowly disappear Black female representation. And you give us a show about HBCUs centered around someone else. As a Black woman creative, I can't believe you would think this would fly. Asians fought to end affirmative action, claiming Black people were taking their spots. Yet an Asian woman was cast to be raised by a Southern Black family and attend an HBCU. When are Black people gonna learn to stop centering non-Black people in our spaces, especially as our safe spaces are shrinking and constantly under attack?
Since the Supreme Court struck down affirmative action in college admissions, questions remain over how this will affect students moving forward and who will be most impacted.
I was overjoyed with the decision. I believe that the Supreme Court got this right and that affirmative action needed to go. Obviously, this doesn't guarantee us entry into any college we want, but what this does guarantee me is that I know that everything that happens is not because of something I can't control.
They take away opportunities from certain ethnic groups in order to benefit others, which is completely racist. And Asian Americans such as me and my peers.
And because of that, Asian acceptance has gone up and Black acceptance has gone down, especially at Ivy League colleges. Don't be fooled. All that means is these colleges no longer have to accept qualified Black people, so they won't. As this points out, Southern Fried Rice, Harvard records increase in Asian students and drop in Black students. The shift mirrors the trends at other elite schools after a ban on affirmative action. So even if you're qualified, overqualified, a great student, these schools don't even have to look at Black applicants anymore. And of course, all this pushback made Keke Palmer respond with a long Twitter post and a video.
Hey, you guys, I don't want to take up too much of your time, but I wanted to chop it up real quick about this series called Southern Fried Rice that's premiering on Key TV that is receiving some controversial feedback. Now, Southern Fried Rice was created by Nakia Stevens, and while I can't speak to her inspiration for the show, I can speak to her dedication as a creative. I mean, Nakia has written, show-ran, and produced 4 shows alongside her Damn Right Originals team with Key TV. And Key TV has proudly invested over $500,000 on her creations. And I say that because it's not easy to obtain that kind of investment. And Key TV, this is the ethos of the company. It's a network not just because it has stars and shows or has talent, but because it's about the people who create the shows and connecting them. I mean, we have Alex King, a Black queer creator that made the short film Keep Me in Mind. We have Antoine Lachey, who created the horror story Blue Forest. We have Cousin M by a father and son duo Rosero and Eric McCoy. Chelsea Sanders, who created Make It Make Sense and Unlabeled by Lawrence Murray. Chelsea also did Dear Kiki. Look, what you like is subjective, but the support of Black creatives is not. And it's a task that Key TV takes on with pride, because if you want to be a creative, you have to be able to create. And that takes money. And it's Key TV's mission to find the funds for you to be in practice, for you to experience trial and error, and to take your projects off the page and get more than one chance to do it in action. So whether you like it all or some or none, I say give these creatives a chance to grow as we continue to grow in supporting them.
I think it's absolutely dope that a Black celebrity created a Black network that supports Black creators and their visions. But if their visions aren't supporting Blackness in a healthy way, then that's a problem. And a lot of people let her know that. Putting on Black creators to tell stories centering around another race while Black people are just a supporting cast is tone deaf. Not even just a supporting cast, but also the bad guys, at least in the first couple episodes. Supporting Black creatives when said Black creators are making shows appropriating our culture and not centering Blackness. Facts, Black creatives always feel like Black people have to support them no matter what. I know whoever is feeding her the narrative thought they ate. No, this show is stupid as fuck, so Black people are getting into high places to tell Asian stories. That makes no fucking sense. Keke, please. And the creator of the show, Nakia, that Keke Palmer identified, also posted a video to defend her show.
Hello, hi. I wanted to come on here and first and foremost say thank you so much for watching the Southern Fried Rice trailer. I'm seeing the comments, I'm seeing the support, I'm seeing the discourse, and as a storyteller, I welcome it. I welcome conversation, I welcome curiosity. And for those of you who've been following me and supporting my journey, y'all know that Southern Fried Rice is 10 plus years in the making. And, you know, it was inspired by my own HBCU experience and observations as a student at Savannah State University, the first public HBCU in Georgia. But no, I had friends at Savannah State University and people in my orbit who were non-Black and had to navigate a historically Black space. And I saw how hard and challenging and fun and beautiful it was for them to do so. And that sparked my curiosity and honestly planted the seed for Southern Fried Rice. And obviously over the years, it has been massaged into something more deeper and nuanced, but that was ultimately the seed, right? And I think my ultimate goal was to spark conversation around culture, around belonging, and around identity. And so that's what I think I've done. And I'm very proud of Southern Fried Rice. Furthermore, I'm very proud of the people behind Southern Fried Rice, other than me, the people I collaborated with. So a Black woman director who also attended an HBCU, 3 producers who also attended HBCUs, Some of our cast and crew also attended HBCU. So these are people who love and protect Black culture and hold it close to their hearts, who were collaborating on this project. And so, yeah, I'm proud of it.
I went to a HBCU, as I'm sure some of y'all did. At my school, there was one white guy, one Spanish girl, and one Asian girl that I can remember. Maybe there were a few more, but that was it. I really don't know how Black people that went to HBCUs make sense of telling an HBCU story through the journey of a non-Black person. She's a Black HBCU grad. She loves and respects Black culture. She has an all-Black production team. Much of the production team also HBCU grads. This project is 10 years in the making. This project centers a Korean woman's journey at an HBCU, burning with fire immediately. If non-Black people go to a HBCU and find it challenging and hard to belong, then they can simply leave. Why are we constantly expected to welcome everyone in our space and make them comfortable at our expense? Trash this show. Yeah, because PWIs aren't so welcoming to Black people. Black people usually have to get in where they fit in or find their own communities, usually around other Black people.
So Asian Americans wanted to dismantle affirmative action because they feel like it discriminated against them. Yet Keke Palmer thought that it would be wise to make a series centered around an Asian woman going to a HBCU. What the hell is going on? Keke! And you know I love you, Keke. From one Virgo to another. I understand we want to be inclusive. We want to include anybody. And you named the series, what you named it? Chicken fried rice. What is called? Something like that. Pork fried rice with a 4-piece chicken on the side. I don't know. But read the room. With all that's going on today, with all of, the injustices that we face in our communities, everybody is not really for us. This is not me saying that the Asian community does not deserve representation, but they have just as much, if not more, resources to create spaces and lanes for themselves. I think that we need to be a little more exclusive and shine brighter lights on ourselves, our strife, our plight.
So historically, the Asian community has always been looked at by white people as the model minority because they try to assimilate as much as possible to white culture and get close to whiteness. Whereas we as Black people have always done our own thing and continue to elevate within our own culture. So I think this show being what it is about an Asian girl in Black culture and making everybody in that culture bend over backwards to accept her, it's tone deaf and stupid. And I actually saw a post that had a pretty good idea and a much better concept for a show about an HBCU. It was, why not make a show about a Black girl that's adopted by a white family that then goes to a HBCU who has to deal with culture shock and learning Blackness and finding herself, which I think is a much better, genuine, unique show which would speak to the HBCU and Black experience. But at the end of the day, I just think this is a time for Black people to take care of ourselves, to build community, to build each other up, and just focus on protecting us. But thanks for watching. Y'all let me know what you think about all this in the comments. Also, make sure you check out the next video, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram for behind the scenes and life stuff, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.